Hellos and welcomes everyone, AnthWolf here bringing you a new Let's Play, this one of the title Clive Barker's Undying. It was developed by DreamWorks Interactive and published by EA Games in 2001, or at least that's when I originally played it. This is another game of my youth that me and my dad used to play. I think he completed it before I did, but altogether it's one of those games that we talked about quite often, and since picking it up on GOG.com, I thought I'd give it another go. Unfortunately, the game only records in a 4:3 resolution, not 16:9. So similar to kind of like Fear Extraction Point, unfortunately we're going to have some black bars along the side of the screen. Or at least you are. To me it looks like it's playing fine in a 16:9 monitor, but obviously how you are viewing it, it's going to be different to how I'm experiencing it right now, because I'm playing it in full screen. If you look at the video settings, actually, it only supports 4:3 settings, and it won't even allow me to record it. It won't even allow me to change the setting to 1600 by 1200. For some reason it just doesn't work. So that's a thing. I've adjusted the brightness slightly higher for YouTube, of course. I had a quick look at the audio, turned down the sound effects and the ambient sound compared to the voiceover, so you can hear the voice actors and actresses much better. And of course I've customized the controls a little, because the standard controls are a bit janky, and this is 2001. It was still recommending you may want to use the cursor keys for motion, and come on, it's 2015 now, at the point at which I record this. So briefly, in like a brief synopsis of the plot, it is a first-person survival horror game set in 1923. After World War I, you play as a veteran of the war itself called Patrick Galloway, who receives an urgent letter from his friend Jeremiah Covenant, and you have to go to an island off the coast of, well, Ireland, funnily enough. And obviously your friend Jeremiah is requesting your aid in some form or matter. So without further ado, with that little brief story, let us get into the game and start recording, and I hope you all enjoy the journey with me. As a final note, as I should really do for all my videos and not leave it to the last video, if you haven't played Clive Barker's Undying before and you have any interest, please go play it yourself. Stop this video right now, go play it. I'll probably provide a link for GOG.com where I picked up my copy of the game. I still think I've got the original CD somewhere behind me, but I don't know. I just picked it up cheaply. So yeah, I would say go play it. Go play it for yourself, rather than just watch me play it and have the story spoiled for you. But if you're still here, let us begin. Difficulty, we'll play on medium. Nightmare might be tempting and push us to our limits, but then I could also be cursing a lot, and if I'm not enjoying myself, then the video's not going to turn out too good, because you won't be enjoying it. Unless you like to watch me suffer, in other case you are sadists. We'll be playing on medium difficulty, so it provides a little bit of a challenge. I think I played it on medium difficulty when I played it in my youth. Or maybe I just played it on easy for the storyline. Anyway, medium difficulty it is. Let us begin. I'm sure there's a cutscene. I think I quickly tested this to make sure it would run. So yeah, I will shush, and I'll see you when the cutscene has ended. See you in a moment.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition and its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism, little did I know I'd end up being labeled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believed there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the biggest pains. Your commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit on the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
Ah, wonderful. So welcome back everyone. I should mention as well that this sounds quite loud in my headphones, so I may have to edit this post video. Okay, no, what I should mention is this is using the Unreal 1 engine. Funny story, at the moment I just finished recording Colat before starting to record this, and Colat is using the Unreal 4 engine, so how time has passed. So yes, we are Patrick Galloway, and we've just arrived at the Covenant Manor mansion, and we have a journal entry. Let's have a look here. Remembrances. Let's have a... Feel free to pause and read these, but I think I might actually read them out at the same time. Just have to one at the moment. Yeah, here we go. I'm not going to be doing this in an Irish accent, by the way. That would be horrible. I'm not very good at accents in the first place. Each time my past fades from my memory, fate has a terrible habit of reawakening me. Most often, the unpleasant name of Otto Kissinger is the vehicle of remembrance, but not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It has been years since I have heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. My joy at reading his name was quickly replaced by sorrow, and then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I have not set foot on Irish soil since poor Gwendolen's death, and I did not think anything could make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, but nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without a sound? How was that knife in my hand? And why was Kissinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. He speaks of his sickness as a family illness no medicine can cure. Regardless, I will go to my friend. I booked passage on a steam liner leaving tomorrow, arriving in 4 days' time. I hope I am not recognized by the authorities. I hope I am not too late. P. And we have a few items we can look at. Like this, was it Gelzir bar stone? The Gelzir bar stone. I have carried this artifact ever since the day Jeremiah gave it to me following the battle with the Trasanti. It seems to throw out a shockwave of considerable force, and ever since I acquired the stone I have noticed strange sightings and visual anomalies. However, the power of the stone has its dark side. On occasion, a beast from beyond this world has attacked me. My only explanation for its appearance is that I was using the stone's power for too long. I have not seen the beast for a while. Of course, I have not needed the stone. We have our trusty revolver. Actually, it is a trusty revolver. I didn't actually read that. A 6-shot weapon of forged metal grace, durable yet lightweight. My military piece has seen many a country and spilled much blood over the years. It's actually quite ironic. I didn't actually read that first line. Huh. Maybe that was from nostalgia. And we have our first ability, Scry. A spell that allows me to see and hear past events from geographic location in which I happen to be standing. It also casts an peripheral light on enemies and darker areas, giving me the ability to see my foes as well as find my way. I must be careful in its use, as it has no offensive power and it seems to drain my energies for short durations. Learned men have stated that they believe that man has yet to unlock the full potential of the mind. While travelling to the Orient after the war, I met up with a local seer who told me I was one of the chosen few. One of only a handful of individuals that he had ever met that had this ability. He called it scrying, to be able to read portions of the past. Most of the people who possessed this power, he said, over the course of their lives eventually fell into disability, mind tired from the barrage of images and sounds that could only be heard from both the past and the present, the real and the unreal. I know I have the ability to scry because of the subtle words I hear calling within me at times, begging me to look deeper into the past, deeper at what actually isn't even in front of me. But I am truly wondering if this is the gift I dreamed of, or a sick curse placed upon me by an outside force. And we have our objectives. The Covenant Estate. Meet with your old friend, Jeremiah Covenant. And we're back outside once again. So yeah, we have the Stone of Destiny here. And we have our trusted revolver. You'll notice in, obviously, the bottom left, we have our left-hand weapons. Oh, hello, rat. Let's not let you get too near me, shall we? In the bottom right-hand corner, we have our current selected magical ability, which of course is Scry. You notice it has 1 star in it right now. I think that's its level, because I think you can pick up items which actually level up your special abilities in this game. And also you right click to use it. And I think with Scry it just means how long the ability lasts for. But if you'll notice, if we have our glow stick of destiny out, it actually has 2 points in it. I believe holding the stone in your hand while casting your magical abilities actually makes them more powerful. Of course, we have a health bar and a kind of a mana or magic bar. So casting our abilities... Oh! Scry doesn't cost any while we have the stone in our hand. But... costs 60 magic when... we don't have the stone. Okay, that's good. Now let's have a quick look at the controls once again, just to remind myself. Spell select is R, weapon select is E. And items... left bracket, right bracket. Aha, okay, so it opens up an inventory screen and we press V to use. Can we reload our gun manually? I didn't see a reload option. There isn't a weapon action now. Let's have a look at that in a moment. Aha, okay. Okay, F6 is to save. Good. Let us go see our friend. And... may as well have the glow stick of destiny out while we have it. Wonderful. Ah, someone outside the garden here. Greetings!
You're Jeremiah's old war buddy, right?
Indeed.
Is that all you have to say? I would like to talk to you some more. Oh yes, this has like some sort of pushing ability. Anyhow, let us actually... don't think we can go in here.
Stop.
Nope, okay. Let's go see if we can find Jeremiah. We've been messing around long enough.
I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah is beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. I apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
I hope so as well.
Won't budge.
Great. Let's do another quick save. Might as well keep using the scry while we have it. Oh, hello? Hi! Yeah. Now give me a shiver. Oh, it's health, which I don't think we need. I think this is the room where Jeremiah is in. That didn't open any creepily, did it?
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
Creepy things are afoot. Oh, and we're thrown outside straight away. We have a new journal entry. Let's have a look. I've arrived in time. Apparently just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow of his old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate, problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state, and has requested that I investigate. I, of course, agreed. Before I could ponder where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's old room screamed from downstairs. Often, where to begin is the most difficult step. Is there something else we could check in? Ah. Okay.
Jammed.
Can we explore anywhere else?
Won't budge.
Nope. Okay. Guess we're going this way then. Is there anything else? Anything of interest? Guess we're going through the creepy open door, following the ghost, which is one of the members of the family we saw in the picture. Steal ourselves.
Describe what you can only see. As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
Picked up some bullets. How many? Ooh. Fair few, apparently. Okay. Oh! We can just take health packs. Okay. I should have picked up the other one then. I figured it'd be something like that. Oh god. Quickly, let's help it. Oh, okay. Whoa! Whoa! These guys are hard. Time to reload. Ow! Well, that hurt. Just a little. Ah. And their bodies disappeared as if they were never there. Oh, that was one of my bad shots. Oh, great. It's the maid who guided us to Jeremiah. Crap! Oh, great. We walked in her blood. Well, that's not creepy at all. Bad timing!
Jammed.
Oh well, let's throw a save down.
Stuck.
Great, I guess we're going upstairs then. Whoa!
Help me, Patrick!
Oh crap, Jeremiah!
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the Howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebah stone with you.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebah on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Yes. Let us reassure the crazy person. He may be our friend. Doesn't make him any less crazy. We have a new journal entry. A piece of the puzzle. The scream downstairs was a result of attack by a beast. Something Jeremiah calls a howler. Similar to a dog, the animal was pale in complexion, had claws as long as my arm, and could leap several meters from a dead stop. I killed the fiend, but before I could thoroughly inspect the corpse, it vanished without a trace. Upon questioning Jeremiah, I am a little more unnerved than I was after seeing the howler. He told me a story involving his brothers and sisters, an isle of standing stones, and a sorcery book of his late fathers. Apparently the Covenant children, led by Jeremiah, went to the island and read from this strange book. He maintains it was simply a prank to scare his kin. He believes something from within the Ring of Stones answered back, raging the sea and angering the wind, shaking the earth. Since that time, Jeremiah has been visited by terrible misfortune. All his brothers and sisters have passed away. I recall one late night in a foxhole, Jeremiah showed me a picture of his youngest sister, Lisbeth. No more than a teenager, she was so striking, I found it hard to concentrate on the descriptions of the others. Anyway, Jeremiah is not completely convinced they are indeed dead. Well, to be precise, he's not sure they have remained dead. I suspect that these are delusions brought on by his memory of that day at the Stones. Otherwise, I can only imagine this is a terrible prank played upon a dying man. But if they are only delusions, why not inform me of them when we first spoke? Why would he not write me of such in his letter? Perhaps he did not think I would come. And with that, we'll end this first part of Clive Barker's Undying. Of course, we have the scroll here we can read, and I think it's meant to tell us more about the spirit stone we have in our possession. But we'll take a look at that in the next video. So, hope you've all enjoyed this first step into Undying, and as I say, we'll continue it as we move on with the series. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye now.